Hey, welcome into Drummer Daily. This is episode number 135. 135. I'm so happy you could join me. So, today I've got a question from Cory, who writes in, and he asks me something that I think a lot of us know is a possibility, but at the same time don't understand if we really could make it happen or not. And Cory writes this. He says, can I actually make an extra income recording drums from my home for other artists? And that's a very, obviously the question is a yes or no question. And I want to tell you right away, the answer that I believe is yes, you can. Why do I believe that? Because I do it. Not every day, but I do make some money by recording at home for other artists. I actually received an Instagram message just the other day from someone who literally wrote me and just said, the first thing, I'd never met this person before in my life. They said, hey, how much do you charge for a track? And I was like, okay, well, I charge this, and I explained it. And he was like, great, sounds good. I'm going to send you something in a couple of weeks. And that was it. So I don't even put out there, I don't even promote that I do it that much, but people do ask me to do it. So I think the place of doubt that this comes from is a place of feeling like, okay, why in the world would someone else hire me to record drums when they have access to person X or person Y or somebody else or some professional studio? And at the surface level, I could just say, I don't know, but they do. But that's not a good answer. Just in my experience, they do. In fact, I just want to tell you, I recorded earlier this year. I think it was early in the year that this is being recorded, or maybe it was closer to February or March. I recorded a couple of songs for a producer and artist out in LA, in Los Angeles. Now, I live in Nashville, but I recorded some tracks for a guy out in LA, remote from my home studio. And he asked me to do this, and I actually had no idea who he was at the time, but I went and looked him up more recently. I'm like, oh wow, this guy actually has done a lot of stuff. And to be honest with you, I have no idea why he chose to hire me versus someone that he knew there in LA, because he definitely knows people, or why he, hired me remote here in Nashville versus somebody else. But whatever reason, he hired me. But I think the reason why this works for me, and it works for anybody else who does this, because there are tons of other drummers who do this as well, is the reason why I got hired versus anybody else is because I was the person they thought of when they thought of hiring somebody for the tracks that they had. So for whatever reason, by me putting myself out there on social media, by putting out my Instagram videos, for example, which is where this other gig came from, by the way, as well, this other recording gig, the one from LA, came via Instagram as well. Just by putting myself out there and showing a couple of things. I showed my playing, but every time I put my playing out there, I always take the time to mix it well, record and mix my playing well. So it's not just about me as a player. Subconsciously, I'm communicating that I understand how to make drums sound good as well. And that's something that producers care about almost as much as they do the playing that you are providing is, do you understand how to make drums sound good? So by me putting myself out there and my mixes out there in a way that shows that aspect of me as well, it's a guy who instantly doesn't have to make much of a leap in logic to Daniel's a good drummer, to, he actually creates something that I want. He creates a finished product that I want. Not, he's a good player, but there's a million other guys just like that, and then I'm gonna have to mix it or find a way to get it tracked or whatever. By me putting out a finished product online, people see the finished product and they are able to say, I want that. Even people who may not understand the process as well, which again, there are a lot of people who are not very experienced at producing songs who are put in the position where they need someone to play drums, and they're willing to pay you $100 for a song or whatever to record something. And now, if that's enough money for you to make it, or you need more money or less money or whatever, that's going to be up to you and how efficient you are at recording yourself. Because when you're recording at home, there's no one standing there watching you, timing you, saying we're paying for studio time. It's just how efficient you can be at recording and creating results that the producer wants. But I think I want to just jump back to the beginning of what I said, which is yes, it's possible. And the key to making it happen is putting yourself out there as a drummer in a way that shows a finished product. Because people aren't very good at envisioning the end result if you're putting out something that's 10 steps away from that end result. If you take all the steps and show it, people understand what they can get from you. Now, fun fact is that when I've done these remote recording sessions, I always end up providing them with the raw track. So even though my finished product on Instagram was what attracted them to me maybe and got me the gig, they're not actually asking me to provide that to them. They're asking me to provide them with the raw recordings of the drums before it's been processed or mixed or anything like that. So, but I do just believe that the end result is what got me that opportunity. And so why would anyone hire you over someone else? Well, the reason is because you are in front of them. They think of you. You have put yourself out there in a way that shows what you're capable of creating. And they think, I want Cory's type of drumming today, or I want Daniel's type of drumming for this song. And they think of you in that regard, and they'll reach out to you. But you have to be able to show that you're already able to create the sound that they want. They're not going to look at a bedroom recording of you playing with a bunch of crappy mics or a crappy mix or whatever. Even if the mics are crappy, it doesn't matter. If the mix sounds horrible, they're not going to be able to look at that and say, I want that guy on my playing. You've got to be able to put yourself out there in a finished way in order to get attention. That's how you elevate yourself from all the other amateurs just putting them drum videos out online. You've got to put out something that seems finished. All right, so that was a long answer to a yes or no question, but I wanted to make sure that everyone got that and understood that. So thanks for joining me today, guys, for more Drummer Daily. I'll be back tomorrow with more awesome stuff. Hey, if you want more resources, if you want free drumless backing tracks, if you want free downloads of other really cool stuff that I promise you'll get, and it's cool, go over to danielhadaway.com and sign up for my Track of the Month Club is what it's called. So I send you a free drumless backing track every month, but every week I send you something else really cool as well. So you just go to danielhadaway.com, you scroll about halfway down the page, right there on the home page, there's a box that says sign up for free drumless backing tracks. You do that and you'll get an email from me every month, including instantly with the first track. So jump over there, do that, and I will love you forever for doing that. All right, thanks for joining me today. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.